What's up? What's up? It's been quite a while, Denari. Thanks for joining the chat. How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? It's been a minute, man. I haven't streamed in almost a month. Been going through some personal demons I've been fighting, which is hence the notification that I sent out and the just chatting. I want to have a discussion tonight with anybody who's joining in the chat. If not, I'll just talk along about it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff right now, and especially with COVID, and I think that people spending more time indoors during the whole pandemic and, everything being remote, while it probably was the right choice, I think that a lot of people may have, shut themselves off from society, and I wonder what the implications will be. And I think we'll find this type of stuff out in due time. I think that as time progresses, a lot more people will hopefully come forward, and that's what's great about these types of social media, streaming, Twitch especially, community, people building a community. You have people to talk about with this stuff, and gaming in general. I think gaming is really good for that. I've Denari in the chat. I met him. Like, we live a world apart. You know what I'm saying? My buddy here lives in Germany. I live in America, over in New York, and we always join chats together, play games together, and just shoot the shit and relate. And just talk things out. Sometimes people are struggling, and you have conversations and you help each other through things. And that's a great thing about the gaming community. We play a lot of competitive games, and I think that sometimes you let the toxicity get to you. And I think some people are just, but I think behind a lot of those people, maybe in their behavior, there's some people that are actually suffering. So it would be good if more people reached out, and made a community to talk. But how you doing, my man? How's it going? I know it's a little bit different of a tone than I usually take. Everybody knows me to be the happy-go-lucky, funny, joking around type of guy, but yeah, this is a little bit more somber of a conversation. We're gonna start here. I'm gonna go through some stuff. Maybe we'll talk about some topics, get into some maybe some videos that I'll review, and then we'll get into gaming a little later. As you can see, I have made a new layout for the page for these types of conversations. I hope you like it. I like the way the logo and the graphic look. At myself on the back. I think it's looking pretty good, pretty spiffy. Um, yeah. So funny enough, I definitely want to talk about. Uh, I sent out in my notification mental health and gaming. And I think that using gaming as a form of escapism is a really good tool. Okay. I think that it's a great way to escape some of our problems in our day to day lives. But I think that sometimes, maybe in the wrong situations, it can be a little hurtful. And I'm just gonna go through a personal experience I think that I've been going through recently. I've been going through some like issues myself, and at the same time, while I've been going through some mental issues, some emotional issues, I've been playing a lot of single player games. I've been alienating myself from my community. As you can tell, I haven't streamed in almost a month. I alienated myself from my stream. I've alienated myself from my friends and isolated myself from my social circles, and I went down a little bit of a darker path. And I think I was playing a lot of single player games because I don't think I was in the right headspace to speak to people or be in front of people or be social in that way. Especially we're forced, in work you're forced to be social, and sometimes you put on the facade, you put on the mask, you go to work, you do your thing because you got to earn money, you got to earn a living, and then you come home and you just want to numb numb the feelings, and you want to silence the noise and escape your problems. So you go into these beautiful digital worlds. I was playing a lot of Lost Ark, and what's interesting is Lost Ark is an MMO, but I was playing the game all by myself with no friends, and I was soloing everything. And I think that playing Lost Ark and playing games like Nobody Saves the World and playing games like Infernax and all these single player games on Game Pass, nothing's wrong with those games. They're all good, all great games that I've been playing. But I think that if you're in a weird mental place, right, by isolating yourself away from people and maybe putting yourself into these escapisms and these digital worlds away from people and just allowing yourself to be alone in these scenarios for hours on end and let those evil like thoughts and things in your mind just get to you. Possibly that's, if you're someone that's going through those things, I think that that might not be the greatest idea. So even if you love single player games and you want to use gaming as a way of escapism, maybe you should be looking into multiplayer games, party games. It doesn't, like, I'm not saying that competitive multiplayer shooters or fighters are the way to go, because sometimes it might be a little too competitive and you might not be in the mind frame for people, toxic people getting on your case if you had a poor performance. But maybe something more fun along the games of like Fall Guys, or some co-op games like Aliens Fire Team, or a co-op game like you know uh anything that's maybe Destiny, what I'm saying, run some strikes with your friends. A game like, we can go say maybe I don't know. There's so many out there, but you get what I'm saying. Monster Hunter, you know what I'm saying? Just hunts the monsters with your friends, anything like that. And I think that just getting into a chat with your crew, with your gaming, Goombas, with the fam, getting in the chat and having fun experiences, and oh shit, oh look out, look, we're having a great time, and I think all those things, those endorphins will raise, and I think it'll do a lot for your spirits and for your mental state, rather than just constant spiraling down a lonely path. And I know a lot of people have been playing. I have a buddy who I was talking to earlier he's been super depressed. He lost his pet. He was going through his own issues to begin with, and then he lost his pet, and he's just been in a dark path also. And I noticed that since Elden Ring came out, he's been playing Elden Ring all by himself, and I know everybody's loving that game, but I think that being in a darker place himself and then playing a game solo like that, this dark, gritty game, I just think that even he was saying, I was just having a one-on-one conversation with how I've been going through some forms of depression, and he was like, he messaged me on the side and was like, man, I'm having a real bad time. And I said, maybe it's time to, I'm not saying quit that game, but I'm saying maybe you should hop into a multiplayer game. We'll play, next time you're on, hit me up. We'll get into a chat, play something, dumb, something with, fun. And I think that'll be a good way to, and it's sometimes a lot. What I've noticed is when I game with the crew, right? We talk. Half the time, I wish I had the cameras rolling, the mics rolling, because we have conversations that would make fantastic podcasts, fantastic YouTube videos and highlights, because we talk about a whole range of issues, and serious, non-serious, all this different stuff, gaming history and anime history and comics and movies and just personal and work life and hustle goals and all this stuff, and that's all good. You get this stuff out into the open. Sometimes positive manifestations. You want to talk about it. You have to believe it and say it out loud. You want to have a good time. You have to talk about it, say it out loud, have a good time with your friends. Or sometimes if you do want to talk about the bad stuff, you got to get it off your chest. You got to talk about it, get it out there, because when it just bubbles up and manifests inside, it just eats away at you, and that's what this is about. So if anybody's feeling like they need to talk, they want to get out there, you know, um, it's good. I do want to say something though. I was recently playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's on Xbox Game Pass, and I was like, I've always wanted to check it out, and I never did, And I have to say, yes, it's a single player game, and I know I was just saying a lot of stuff, but there was a scene in that game when I was playing it. Say, I'm gonna play the scene right now on this stream, and the thing is, this scene might be a little bit of a spoiler for those of you that haven't seen it yet. Maybe you want to skip forward, but if you don't plan on playing it or you don't really care because it's already an old game, I don't know, something about this scene just kind of like uplifted me a little bit, and maybe it was just because where I was at, and it made me feel a little hopeful, and that's why I want to share it with you guys right now. If anybody's going through some stuff, maybe it'll help. I feel like it helped me a little bit. I thought it was a great scene. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know what Yakuza Like a Dragon is, it's a story about a dude who obviously is a Yakuza. He joins the mafia, the Japanese mafia, goes through all this stuff. He has his ups and downs, and then he takes I don't want to say too much, but he kind of takes the fall for somebody, and then the people that he thought were his family kind of stab him in the back, and he's going through some stuff, and when he takes the fall and goes to jail for somebody, and he gets out of jail roughly around 20 years later. So he goes from being a young 20-year-old to being in his 40s, and now he has to restart his life and try to figure it out. And when he was younger, he was an avid gamer who loved Dragon Quest. So one of the interesting things about this game is he goes around treating life like a game. So when he gets to fights with people on the street, his mind plays tricks on him, and his mind makes him see that they're monsters. And when he's fighting, he fights as if it's an RPG. And it's interesting for a Yakuza game because it actually is turn-based. So it's a turn-based RPG, which is different, and it's got a unique spin, and it's got good comedy, and it's cool. But enough about me talking about it, because I'm going to play the scene for you guys right now. And this is a scene. He becomes homeless, and at one point, and when he finally gets a job after being homeless, and he gets he finds like freelance work, and then he gets an opportunity to rent an apartment upstairs above a brothel, which was actually one of the brothel rooms, and that is where this conversation comes in. So I'm going to play it for you guys.
Look, Ichiban, a roof. A real roof.
Yeah, look, man, it's freaking amazing. This is our castle.
A roof, 4 walls, and a soft throne. Actually, this throne's kind of damp.
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
I'm pretty sure it's not water.
Well, just think of all the history you're sleeping with every time you drift off on that mat.
Always a silver lining with you, isn't there? Then again, I guess that's how you got us here in the first place. Thank you, Ichiban.
Come on. I should be the one thanking you. I'd be dead and rotting in a trash can if you didn't save me. Hey, why'd you quit nursing anyway?
I don't know.
You must have been good if you saved me.
Truth is, I was smuggling drugs out of the hospital and selling them. The money was pretty good. Eventually, I expanded to dealing drugs from overseas. But I got too big. And it all came crashing down. I lost my nursing license, if that wasn't obvious enough.
Yeah, man. What were you thinking? Kind of a boneheaded move.
What? You don't think I regret it?
Okay, well, why not start over? The whole nurse thing is probably out, but you can apply your medical skills to something else.
Easier said than done. What about you? You got another job in mind?
Not really. I've been walking in someone else's footsteps for years, and now they're washed away. I don't know where to go now that I can't see them. I'm pretty lost.
You talking about your patriarch?
Yeah.
A guy like you can find something.
What makes you so sure? I'm over 40, you know?
Weren't you the one just telling me I could turn it all around and find something?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Life is work. Hey, tell me this. What'd you want to be when you were a kid?
Oh. You really want to know?
Come on, don't build it up. Spit it out.
Okay, I'll tell you. When I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a hero.
Huh? A hero? What do you mean?
You know, a hero who could save people. Like in Dragon Quest.
The video game? How would you do that?
Dude, come on.
Oh, well, yeah.
What? I can have a dream, can't I? You don't have to laugh at it. A dream is what keeps you going. For me, anyway.
Ichiban, you're right.
I am?
Yeah, so I say you do it. Become a hero. Just like you wanted.
Come on, I was just a dumb kid when I wanted that. It was silly.
It's not like you got any other goals right now. So why not go after the first one you had? Live your life's dream.
You're crazy. It's not like being a hero puts a roof over your head.
Sure, it's not a job. But if the hero destroys lots of slimes in the game, he levels up fast, right? You see what I'm saying?
Leveling up in life. That could work. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Why not become a hero at 40, right?
It ain't the best age to start grinding, but...
You got that right.
Alright then. I'm ready to level up. Let's start a brand new age of heroes!
Yeah, I'm with you, Ichiban.
Let's have a toast to our new era in our new home!
Yeah, to the heroes of tomorrow. Cheers!
So as silly as that was, of a scene from a game like that, just it was an interesting, like, I don't know, when I came across that little scene right there, and his little speech he gave, and him and his buddy cheering him on, it kind of gave me I got empowered a little bit, and I think that having that type of positive message, no matter where you are or how bad things get, a message like that is pretty strong. And so I think things like that are important to keep in mind, you know. So it's never too old to be the hero of Dragon Quest. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, if anybody was going through anything and sees that video, sees that clip, I think that it would be a pretty. Hopefully, it helps them out as well. Like I said, it helped me out. Sometimes you find influence in the weirdest places, and yeah. So that was just something I wanted to share with you guys. But hopefully it helps. Anyway, like I was saying, I think that it's important to have social circles, get into like tonight I'm gonna make sure I log into PlayStation. I'm gonna try to play some multiplayer games with the crew. I know that it's Friday night, so everybody will be on. You guys are more than welcome to join. possibly we'll play For Honor. Possibly we'll play some Overwatch. And I'm gonna keep the stream live.